All right, so today is a new day, and Roblox has decided that a PNG image is legacy, and this apparently isn't. And from what's happening in the community, I feel like there's no point in asking the community to even listen and like just not play for a bit or like try and make a bit of a protest. No, they're not doing any of that because we can't communicate with most of the player base, and that's the ones who don't know how could have had it. So anyways, I have refused to update my game with any like major things ever since they removed the premium payout, and this was the last thing I was working on before that. So right now it saves and loads, but that's it. It was supposed to have data that spawns in a bouquet of your own making. So I thought to myself, instead of fully just abandoning that game, and I'm kind of stuck in that phase in Godot where like I fully hate the platform. I'm only using it for the fact that it's open source, but I hate every single bit of the platform. So today is going to be day one of a little devlog where I'll kind of walk through what I did. If someone else wants to do it as well, I will probably be selling the end product, so I will not be showing everything, but let's go. I'll just show you what I did today, I guess. Okay, so the first thing I did was I downloaded this add-on from Robinson? McDonald. I don't know why did he write his name like that, but anyways. It seems to be 2 years old, so it is for an older version. I am not using the newest version of Godot, but I'm also not using the oldest. Like I'm not using this. I'm somewhere in between. So it does have, just the basics of what you want. So it has an inventory controller, a player controller. Supposedly, we'll take a look at that. So it has these. Is that showing right now? Yes, it is. Okay, so it has these pop-up text that appears, which is also good for my game later. And when you click on the interactor, I guess press E in this case, it will show up here, but it will never be a physical picked up item, right? So there was a lot to do in terms of working on it. So this is what I did. I changed some stuff. Let's see what they have originally. 3D. Yeah, so can I do this? Oh, wait, does that work? Hold on. Yeah. I don't need to show you that part of the screen. Okay. Right. So originally it had a lock-in, like control. You could press control and then like when you were here, there was no mouse. It locked in, and then when the mouse was locked, you could always move the camera. So that was like the first thing I had to work on. Well, it's not really the first thing I had to work on, but I worked on that. And it sounds simple enough. You just have to replace a bit of the function. I can show that later. And then this is their... oh, I did not know you could move these. Anyways, so E, and then you have that. And then obviously right now, it's not working because I replaced the interact function with what you see here, down here. When I click on the mouse, it tells me what it's colliding with, and that's going to be important later. So this mug is so cool. I don't understand why you can't, like, just pick it up like in Roblox. So I'm not really going in and like just replacing. I'm not really just replacing Roblox here. I'm only just replacing the parts that I find important. Okay, so that's what you come with here. And then I hate the whole idea of making scenes. Did I mention I hate Godot? I really hate every single bit of it, but open source, Also, I don't know if anyone knows this, but there is I think there was some AI code and like the developers of Godot were like, yeah, it's not working, right? Like they're getting overwhelmed with pull requests, right? Like I get that this is supposed to be like we have control over everything, and I love the idea of Godot. Nothing works here. I just wish that there was systems here that work. I mean, that's a whole nother story. We don't have to go into that. So I'm working with identical stuff, which I probably don't need. And then I made this little level here. And let me show you what happens. Just let me show you what happens. So most of my work today was in Blender. And so if I click, I'll show you the console. If I click here, it says I hit nothing. If I click here, it says I hit the ground. Now, let me click here. Oh. Error. Interesting. I love it when I get bugs. Exactly the split second I'm recording and not anytime else. Okay, let's see. Should have put it somewhere. Right, I'll get back to this 1 second. Okay, I fixed it. It was just that I started something and I realized, you know what, I'll just do the devlog. But let's reload the scene. Now let me show you what happens. So I'm gonna click, and then you see it's listening to what the collider is, and then right now it just put in the entire packed scene array thingy that I put here, and obviously that's bad. And also you might be asking, why did I put the packed scene on the camera controller? Because it has the mouse, and because I still didn't do the tools yet, so I have to do the tools. But I have changed. I guess the important thing that you could take out of this is that you can take this add-on and then fix it so that it works like the Roblox controls. All you need to do, obviously there's a lot of changes here, but is just ignore the first person stuff. That's all you need to do. So this is the one that handles if you know what this person wanted to do is like, if you're already, you know, lock the mouse, then you can move the camera. God, I'm sleepy. What the hell is going on? Yeah, so just ignore that. You just have to just ignore that. And then I stuck it to the control that I called mouse wheel, but it's actually the right mouse button. Yeah, that's it. That's all I did today. Obviously, the rest of the work went into the Blender stuff. So fun news: Roblox now has an export to GLB. What's it called? Hold on. So if I go here and pick up a random object and then I click export, you can't see it, of course. Export GLTF, and it will refuse to export any mesh that is outside of your ownership. So you can still export as OBJ, then you get all the meshes anyway. But this is a lot cleaner because then it doesn't send you into oblivion with a bunch of hundreds of files just because you uploaded like a model that has nested stuff in it. Yeah, so good, I guess. I think if anyone is watching this video for any reason, just do not make a Roblox game and take your game out of Roblox. So yeah, that's all I did today. I was just working on getting this to be level, getting this to have the right origin points, you know, all on the ground, right? All the origin points are on the ground. I did have to eyeball a little bit. A transformation was not applied, or I don't know, it was applied in Blender, right? But nothing works. Nothing ever works in Godot perfectly. So that's a problem for tomorrow, or for like after tomorrow. I don't think I'll get to the growth stages later. What I want to do is I want to create like a modular system. So you have the seed, and then the seed has the packed array inside it. I guess it's a packed scene or a packed array, whatever. And then it will spawn the right thing, because If you remember, in my game, I had a hover function. So if I do this, no, I don't. Okay. Let me just pause, I'll just get it working. So if you remember, I had the flowers, which I never fixed the origin points, but yeah. So here I had this like, this follows the mouse, and then I had also that it follows the orientation of the player, because there's no way I could have rotated it like so dynamically. Everything else is kind of like in a box shape, like all building systems are in boxes. And I didn't want that for my game. I just wanted the player to feel like this is a very creative space thing. Like I don't want to limit you, except obviously you're not allowed to build outside of your garden. But that's kind of what I wanted to do with the Godot thing. That's why I still am using a packed scene for now. I don't know though, like this is again what I hate, is like it's just very limited in terms of what I can do. Like I can't just dig inside the packed array scene. And I get that you'd argue like, okay, but Roblox is not doing that either, and I understand it's not doing that either. Everything is loaded in the server storage or whatever, but at least like there's the system, at least there's something that's working. But for now, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's just every time I try to do something simple that has worked in Unity or in Roblox or whatever, I just have to struggle with it. And I'm tired of the community being like, Godot's the best thing ever, and you have to use it. Like, there are some parts of it that are intuitive, but it only stays at that surface level. Like, once you actually want to do something, you realize that the functions that should have listeners don't have listeners, or that the return types are wrong. So, yeah, that's just what I'm thinking about right now. We'll see, maybe in the future I will be convinced with all the magical cult that everyone else is talking about. But I think that's it for now. I can't wait to never have to see this again and to have an actually working game. Thank you.